I think it's important that everybody get their license to carry, especially nowadays. Nowadays, it's crazy. Right?
I mean, the first time I shot a gun, I was like, wow, that's a lot of power.
I'm by no means anti-gun, but I just am nervous that I would hurt myself or hurt somebody else.
And if you say something that I don't agree with, I don't go, oh, you're a nut job liberal.
Yeah.
And you go to me, well, you're a fascist. You got that new fancy lawnmower, right? You bought a new lawnmower?
Yes,
Yeah,
you did.
did.
Pretty
Yeah.
sexy.
Yeah, I
mower.
love it.
It's
Yeah.
fast.
It's electric, he didn't tell you.
It's electric? Oh, that's, yeah. Oh.
Skag Patriot. No, it's
What's
nice.
next? Tofu and something else.
Hey, what's up? Welcome to the Off Air Podcast. I'm Slater.
I'm Marjo.
Today, a special guest.
I just said, I'm Marjo. Really funny. Sorry, go on.
Our special guest today loves guns and fast cars and the law. I took 2 gun courses with him before I got my license to carry here in the state of Massachusetts. We're going to talk about the laws here in Massachusetts versus Texas, talk about the Second Amendment.
Yeah, it's an interesting conversation with a lot of good points.
We'll find out if he will ever drive an electric vehicle versus a gas vehicle. Misconceptions about guns in America, a little politics involved as well. Got a great show for you guys today on the Off Air Podcast. If you like the content, please give us a like and subscribe. If you're watching on YouTube, we appreciate it. We got the gun guy on the show.
The gun guy.
When I look at you, I just see
Weaponry.
guns. Yeah.
They're right here.
Yeah, you got 2 guns.
Easy.
You are a Massachusetts licensed firearm instructor.
That is correct. Not only Massachusetts, but Connecticut and the state of Utah as well.
And you love fast cars.
Like cars.
What do you like to do better? Do you like to drive super fast, or would you rather fire a gun?
Wow, that's tough. You making me pick?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd probably rather drive fast.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's more
Yeah.
fun. As long as you don't get caught.
How fast have you driven?
Let's see. When I brought the car home from the dealership, I was coming up over. Well, this is going to be shown all around everywhere, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to get in trouble.
Yep.
I think I came up Lebanon Mountain, just taking it easy, about 80. Just
What?
easy all the way up to
This
the
is
top.
a new car?
Yeah, all the way up to the top, though. All the turns at 80. It's just fun.
Yeah.
What kind of car?
Corvette.
Nice.
Yep.
Is that,
23. One of those new mid-engine jobs.
is that like your dream car? Or is that something, or are you?
Well, it's actually a long story. I actually had a Vet back in the day. Worked my butt off to buy my first Corvette. I got one in 78. I got married in 82. Prior to getting married, we wanted to buy our first house, and the bank told me I had to sell the car because I had a car payment.
And did you?
What am I going to do? Tell the future wife, no, I'm not doing
Yeah.
it? Of course I sold
Yeah.
it. Of course it was December, the worst time in the world to sell it. So,
Yeah.
and I swore to myself, I will get another one. It only took 40 some odd years, but I finally got it.
Great. Congrats. That's awesome.
Yep. I'm retired, so it's like, hey, I got less time on earth than I got time, so I'm
Yeah.
going to spend things on what I want, not
Yeah.
stack money up for somebody else.
Listen, you don't have to convince me to say treat yourself, you know?
Oh, well,
Good for you.
always.
I took my first gun class with you back in 2017, and I was like, oh, that's definitely the instructor. I could just tell by looking at you.
Yeah.
When did your fascination with guns start?
I was probably 6. My dad was big into guns, big into hunting. He was my hero when it came to everything, but he's the one that got me into the firearms. And we did everything together, shooting, hunting. And then one day I was like, you know what? I think I'm looking into this instructor thing. It was actually somebody I worked with had to wait like over a month to get a class. I'm like, that's absurd. You have to wait a month to get a class. So I looked into what it took to get it, and it took me like 3 days on the Cape, another qualification for shooting and stuff like that, and I finally got it. So I started out actually at the Humane Society, which was kind of a crazy place to have gun classes, right? But I held classes on a certain day every month, no matter how many people, whether it was 2 or 20, didn't matter to me. I stayed consistent, and I still do.
Like, it's really important for you to sort of implore that people get their license to carry?
I think it's important that everybody get their license to carry, especially nowadays. Nowadays, it's crazy, right? It's your Second Amendment right. You should exercise that right.
Why?
Things happen quickly. Bad things happen to good people when they least expect it. I always tell people all the time in class, nobody ever woke up in the morning saying, today's the day someone's going to attack me, someone's going to stab me, shoot me, rape me, beat me, and then left the house.
Yeah.
So bad things happen to good people and they least expect it, and you have to be able to defend yourself somehow. And I realized that, do I think everybody should carry a gun? Oh, heck no. God, no. Remember when they had teachers? Oh, we should arm the teachers.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no offense to teachers, but half of them can't run the copier, right?
Yeah.
So people who have the right mindset, the right training, they should be carrying guns. And, you come see me for a class, and the way the law is written right now, you see me for 4 hours, you get your permit, and then you're ready to carry a gun out into the real world. I tell people right in class, you're deceiving yourself if you think that's true.
Right. That doesn't seem like a long time to
You need
train with.
additional training.
Right.
I've had countless hours of training. I got a book full of all my certificates from training. And everybody thinks, I'm going to go buy the best gun in the world. And just because you buy the best gun in the world doesn't mean you're good with it.
Right.
That you know how to use it.
Right.
Okay? It's mindset first, tactics and training second. And believe it or not, the equipment, what you buy, is very last.
Yeah.
But you need to know how to use it because you're responsible for everything that happens with that gun. Whether accidental or not, it doesn't matter.
Right.
So we always tell people that in class, you need to be able to hit your target and not miss your target, hit somebody else.
When you say mindset first, what do you mean? Like mindset in general, just as a human being, or like when you're shooting the gun? Like, what do you mean by mindset first?
What I mean by mindset is, are you prepared in your mind to use that weapon to defend yourself?
Yeah.
Because if you're not, don't carry it.
Yeah.
Because statistics will prove out people who pull them out that don't use them usually get them used against them. Or they get stolen and then it hurts somebody else,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
So the mindset part is you have to be in the right frame of mind to use that gun.
Yeah.
Okay? Because if you have that, then you get your training. If you don't have the mindset, why would bother with the training? Why bother with a gun?
Yeah.
Right? Mindset, training, then the gun.
Yeah.
I mean, the first time I shot a gun, I was like, wow, that's a lot of power. I hold in my hand. I was shocked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was also shocked at how loud it is. I mean, it's freaking loud, dude.
You'd be okay.
No, I understand. Yeah, I know. But I mean, I mean, I had fired a gun in my backyard and without headphones.
Yeah.
And my ears.
Oh, that'll hurt like hell forever.
Yeah. I mean, dude, it was shockingly loud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the only time I've had the why do I want to call them earmuffs? That's not what they're called.
Yeah, same thing.
But,
Ear
yeah.
protection.
Yeah. And it's still super loud.
We gotta get you to the range.
I've been with a friend of mine who does like tactical like shooting competitions and stuff like that. I think it's a mindset thing with me. A good friend of mine, he's a avid gun owner, really wants me to get my license and stuff, but I don't know if I have the balls to shoot someone. But I guess if I'm in a position where it's shoot or get shot or shoot or be killed, I mean, I guess, but I feel like you never know until you're in that scenario. I don't know.
My mom's 92.
Yeah.
And she has her LTC still, right? She's sharp as a tack. Know what she told me the other day? I don't think I could shoot somebody. Because she was saying, my father passed away a few years ago. Should I get one of his guns out and have him here by myself? And she's in a nice neighborhood. I said, we got the alarm and everything, but
bad things happen in nice neighborhoods.
911 gets called. How long does it take till they get there? 10 minutes, it's over with.
Yeah.
So you probably should. She goes, I don't think I could shoot somebody, but I could stab them. I'm like, oh my God,
See,
you're my mom?
Yeah.
Your mom's a thug.
Stabbing is like so much more
So
personal.
much more intimate. Yes.
It's like shooting so much easier, clean.
Yeah.
But yeah, Mom, I'm like, Mom, 92, sharp as a tack. I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah, you should have something.
Or even as a deterrent, like if somebody's to break into your house and you say, I have a gun, and they see that you have a gun, hopefully.
Well, I tell people,
get
not
some-
everybody's going to buy a gun and carry it, right? And I tell people, I realize that in class. Some people just want them for home defense and go to the range. So we talk about what they should buy and it's not if you're going to carry, what you need to do. But I tell people, at a minimum, pepper spray.
Yeah.
How do you not carry pepper spray nowadays?
Yeah. I have pepper spray and a taser.
It's crazy.
I don't know if the taser's
you?
legal.
They're
but
legal.
Yeah.
Like in the
But
you
my
don't.
pepper spray's right here. It's right on my keys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so if I got to spray someone in the face, I'd rather much do that.
Yeah.
The taser, you should have an LTC. You have your LTC?
No.
Don't admit it on public
Scratch
radio.
the
or
part
on
about the
public air.
taser.
Yeah,
Ryan, cut that out.
I'm not going to tell
that.
you. No, I don't care.
You don't need a license for spray though.
Not if you're 21.
I thought it was 18.
They might have bumped it up in that new law. It could be the 18. I can't recall. They changed so much stuff.
Who's gonna mess with you though?
You never know.
Does
Yeah.
anyone ever come up and mess with you? I mean, what are you 6?
The only time
3?
I had a problem was it was a bad decision. My son needed a ride to work one day, and he was going in at 4 a.m. and he said, "Look, there's nothing open except Cumbies on First Street in Pittsfield," which, if people don't know, is kind of a not a great place to go.
Yeah.
So I said, okay, I'll bring you over there. And sure enough, some guy's banging on my window. I mean, hard enough so I could see the glass flex. And it's like, oh my God, just get me out of here. You're putting me in. I don't put myself in situations that would potentially be a problem.
Yeah.
I avoid large crowds. I don't walk certainly. Everybody knows where you can walk, where you can't walk, where you live. But nowadays, do you?
Yeah.
You know, so to me, I take it everywhere I go.
Yeah.
Everywhere I go.
You were saying earlier that you think people need more training, like more than just a 4-hour class. Do you think that's something that should be required by the state? Like, do you think that should be a law, or do you think it's just common sense people should?
I have mixed. It should be common sense, but then we all know common sense isn't that common.
Right.
You know, part of the new law was going to require the live fire, and that's all on hold right now. The problem you have with live fire is the cost of classes is going to double or triple. Not because we're greedy as instructors, but now I need to double my insurance from $2 million to $4 million in coverage.
And you personally have to carry that
I pay
insurance?
for that. Otherwise, they take everything I own. I need to buy firearms.
Yeah.
I need to buy ammunition. I need to pay the club I'm going to use that facility. So I have my costs double and triple. You exclude a whole economic class of people who just can't afford to spend $200, $250 for a class.
Of course.
And then it comes down to, where are you going to go? I'm fortunate. I have a place to go, but not every instructor has a place to take people. Because how many public ranges are there where people can just walk in with a group of 10 or 20 and use in Massachusetts?
Yeah.
None.
You're talking about a live fire per portion of the training, which is not in your training.
It's
obviously.
not in there now. It may be coming.
So right now in Massachusetts, you legally just have to do this classroom training, and then you can get your license and you can go buy a gun.
Yep. The new law that they passed, that stuff is on hold, because the problem they had in Boston was they put the cart before the horse. They mandated a bunch of things that instructors and people had to do, but they didn't have the methods by which to do them in place. For example, the legislature said, you know, the state police will develop a new curriculum for all the instructors to use. So all the instructors are going to use the same curriculum no matter where you go. Sounds great, right? Sure does. Everybody's teaching the same thing.
Yeah.
Okay? It's not developed yet. So what? Nobody can go get a permit now until they do that.
Oh, yeah.
So right away, right out of the gate, they were violating everybody's Second Amendment right. You couldn't apply for a permit because you couldn't even take a class because the curriculum wasn't even in place yet. Live fire is also on hold as they try to figure that out too.
Yeah.
Our governor was a bit sneaky. Okay, so Gun Owners Action League and a bunch of other folks, great guy Toby Leary owns Cape Cod Gun Works, all got behind trying to get this bill just killed at the Boston level, which was not successful. And then once it passed, we had a certain amount of time to get enough signatures to put the bill on hold until the 26th ballot.
Okay.
Yes, I remember that.
So guess what? We got the signatures. Guess what our governor did? Our governor went and backdated it to August. Emergency preamble is what she said, because this was a danger to the public. So she backdated, in essence, the bill, which made it effective immediately.
What did she say was danger? What was a danger to the public? I don't understand.
All the guns in Massachusetts.
Huh.
So when people say, well, I'm watching this guy right now on YouTube and he's saying that, Massachusetts sneaky governor, but, Massachusetts has the lowest gun, incidents in the country.
We do. But we need stronger laws for what? My issue with the law was there were some good things that were in there. There was actually some good things that were in there.
Yeah.
But some of the bad things that were in there was the requirement for live fire. What do we do about these people who don't have access to it? Telling me as a law-abiding citizen what type of firearms I can buy just drives me crazy.
Yeah.
You can have this, but you can't have that. So things like that just drive me nuts about that new law.
Now, when I took the class the first time, you actually had firearms that you had people who taken the class come up and kind of, go through.
Yeah, manipulate them.
Yeah. And then the second time I took the class, that wasn't
You
an
took
option.
it twice?
Well, it expired.
He just really liked it that much.
Yeah,
No.
you like me that much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I forget. I think so. I think I was on I couldn't find the sheet. I don't know. I think
You probably couldn't find your certificate.
Yeah.
That and I wanted a refresher.
Yeah,
I really did.
A lot of people do.
Because it's
Yeah.
it's
important.
Yeah. So, but I liked that part. But then when I noticed when I came back, there was no firearms, no bullets, no nothing.
When COVID hit, all the classes stopped.
Okay.
And then finally, that was a problem too. You can't exercise your Second Amendment right. So
Right.
we had to have a hall that holds 200 people and only have a maximum of 10 people, including myself, in the room at any one time.
Yeah.
So once COVID hit, all the actual hands-on went away. And I found that people are still kind of leery about lining up in tight lines next to each other.
Yeah.
Because every time you turn around, they're saying, well, another variant this, another variant that. So we haven't got back to it. I do everything in front of everybody to show them. If someone comes up and says, hey, can I try to do that? I always like, of course, at a break, feel free. But it's probably something we should probably put back in at some point in time.
Yeah.
I remember learning this fun fact about I don't know if it's statewide or nationwide that if someone breaks in your house, like you can't if they're running away from you, you can't shoot them.
No.
That's not nationwide, right? That's
here.
That's Massachusetts.
Just here?
That's just, well, not just here. There's other states that are like that. So basically in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, if you go way back in time, they used to tell us, get out of your house and call 911. Yeah, okay. I'm going to leave the kids behind, leave the wife. The insurance is paid up. I'm going to leave them all and run for myself. So we're not a stay in your ground state. Where stay in your ground state means you go find who it is, you take care of the problem. We're not that, okay? So laws changed a little bit, and Massachusetts gun law is as gray gets. So the big thing with Massachusetts now is you cannot go look for whoever's there, but you don't have to leave your home. So what I tell people in class is, look, what's the first thing you do if you hear somebody in your house? Almost everybody says, call 911. I'm like, no, get your gun.
Yeah. Well, what if I don't have a gun? Is it called 911?
Then you're screwed. Then you call 911. But get your gun. Then you call 911. And you just set the phone down. And then you just start barking at that person. Get out of my house. I got a gun. I'm scared of you. If you come up here, I will shoot you and defend myself.
Yeah.
Please don't hurt me. I'm scared of you. And 911 is recording that whole phone call.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned, and I'm not a lawyer, but everybody I talked to said, you've done your due diligence at that point in time.
You've made that person aware. You've asked them to,
You're scared of them. You're scared for your life. So that's when you can use deadly force, when you are in immediate danger and fear for your life or serious bodily harm.
Why can't you fire a warning shot?
What goes up must come down.
All right, well, say you shoot it out the window in the woods. I live in the woods. So
You live in the woods. Not everybody does. We all don't have land.
Yeah. Because you can't you can't shoot a firearm within so many feet of
A dwelling.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Warning shots are terrible. I mean, let's face it.
I would think that would work.
So if you just rack a pump shotgun, that noise it makes,
Yeah,
you chamber a shotgun, everybody knows what that sound is, right?
Yeah.
So you do that at the top of your stairs, like that, they know.
Yeah.
And like I tell people in class too, look, you got to think of how bad people think, right?
Yeah.
They know they've been, or someone got onto them. They know they're there.
Yeah.
They're going to run.
Yeah.
Most of them run. It's the crazy ones that might come up your stairs. Then you got to have the mindset and the training to do what you have to do.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
I just feel like that's such a tough question to answer for me to say I know I could or couldn't shoot someone, because I just don't think I would know until I'm in that in that exact scenario, which makes me nervous. Like I'm by no means anti-gun, but I just am nervous that I would hurt myself or hurt somebody else because of lack of knowledge, I guess. And I guess the more you shoot, the more you practice, the more comfortable you are.
Mindset also comes about once you have the training. The training builds the confidence.
Yeah.
And then once you have those tools that the training gives you, the mindset would probably follow.
Yeah.
There's just some people are just like, no to guns. No, not in my house.
Oh, man, my mother. Dude, we grew up in liberal Boston, and I know, yeah.
I know lots of liberal gun owners, by the way, just for the record.
I know a few.
My aunt and my mother and her sisters got into a big fight in the kitchen one day about it. It was not good, because my aunt had got a gun because her house got broken into, and she was telling him, and he was like, "Oh no, you got the wrong idea. Oh my God, more guns! Why would you need a gun?" I mean, it was all of that. Well, and I was sticking up for my aunt with the gun, which pinned me against my other aunt and my mother, and it was like
they all hate you now. Yeah.
Well, because I moved to the woods, and
Well, this is the thing: is just as much as your mom has the right to live in a gun-free home, somebody has.
It's her choice.
Right. I mean,
choice.
it's, live and let live is kind of how
she
I
just
look at it.
Yeah, and she just didn't understand it. She just didn't understand it, didn't take the class.
It's a bigger picture than just talking about it at the dinner table. You look at some of the towns.
Absolutely.
Some of these small Midwestern towns who make it a requirement if you buy a house in that town, you have to have a gun.
Oh, really?
That for breaking and enterings and crime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You wouldn't do it there.
Yeah.
And like the Second Amendment, I wasn't, like people think, why the Second Amendment exists is for self-defense. It was actually, tyrannical government, really.
We haven't seen that, have we?
Well,
let me get too political, but we haven't seen that, have we?
have.
The Second Amendment wasn't written because the deer were coming.
Right.
Yeah.
That's not why it was written.
Right. It's when government got too big.
Yeah. Defend yourself.
And defend yourself, yeah. And then self-defense was in there.
It's in there. I mean, it's all part of it.
Misconceptions. Popular misconceptions about firearms. Biggest.
Guns are dangerous. No, they're not. I got a bunch of them right now. They're sitting home and they're pretty and they're not doing anything.
But they can be dangerous, right?
Whoever's behind it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So that's the thing. A lot of times misconceptions. Everybody thinks, the AR-15, right? You hear that on the news all the time because that kind of stuff sells.
Yeah.
Right. So AR-15, what does it stand for?
Automatic rifle?
Automatic rifle, assault rifle, right? Assault rifle, military grade weaponry.
Wait, which does it stand for? Assault rifle or automatic
Neither
rifle?
one.
Neither
one, right?
Oh.
Military. We shouldn't be able to have military grade weaponry.
Yeah.
That was a Ryan question.
Oh my God. Yeah, that was a Ryan question. But it's like military grade weaponry. I always ask them, how many veterans do we have in class? Because you got to play with some cool stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. In Massachusetts, I can't buy a brand new AR-15 because AR actually stands for Armor Light Rifle Company, Model 15, the manufacturer and the model number.
Okay.
But it's big and scary. It's black. It has a magazine. I can't buy one of those in Massachusetts, but you know what I can buy? A flamethrower. Literally a flamethrower. I want one so bad.
So why do people say, why does the government say you can't own that? Because
if you look at some of the terrible things that have been done with guns, and I'm not disputing that bad things have not happened with guns, it's usually that gun because it is the most popular sporting rifle out there.
Okay. So essentially it has a bad reputation. It's not because it can...
Because the media has given it a bad reputation. I have, like, for example, the caliber of an AR-15 is usually .556, right?
Meaning the size of the bullet?
Right. Caliber is determined by the inside measurement of the barrel. I have big, black, scary AR-15s. I have hunting rifles that are wood stock with a stainless steel barrel, same 10-round magazine, same caliber, totally legal.
Yeah.
But because that one's black and scary looking, I can't have it.
Because the narrative I do hear, and I know nothing, the narrative I do hear is that you can kill a lot more people a lot faster with that style of gun. Is that not true?
Any gun.
Got ya. Well, not any gun, because if a revolver has 5 bullets in it.
5 or 6. How
Right.
fast do you reload?
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't know. I'm genuinely asking because I have no idea.
Just that style, because like I said, that nice one I have with the wood finish and the stainless steel barrel has the same magazine, but it's okay.
Yeah.
So
what's the difference?
Yeah.
Is my question. What's the difference?
So when you pull the trigger on an AR-15, is it bung, 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 or is it da?
One pull, one bullet. We're not allowed to have fully automatic.
Okay, so that's okay. So there's my automatic question.
Yep.
So an AR-15 is not automatic.
Not for us, no.
Okay.
And we're only allowed 10-round magazines.
Meaning in Massachusetts. Okay.
What do you mean not for us?
Massachusetts
magazine capacity 10 is considered a large capacity. It's as large as we can have.
Is an AR-15 automatic in other states?
Sure. You go to Maine. To Maine, you can have a fully automatic, fully suppressed with a silencer.
So they do make
it.
them.
Oh yeah, they make
But
them.
you can't bring them back to Massachusetts.
Oh no, it's prison time.
Gotcha.
So do you despise the gun laws in Mass?
90% of them, yeah.
But you won't move out.
No, I got my mom here. I got my grandkids here. If I didn't have them here, I'd be gone in a heartbeat.
Yeah?
I'd be to a free state, no doubt in my mind.
How many states have laws like Massachusetts? Is Massachusetts is the strictest, you said earlier?
We're one of the strictest. Illinois does.
Okay.
New York does.
Yeah.
California, of course, does. You get where I'm going?
Well,
what color those states are?
I understand what you're saying. I mean, I try not to politicize everything.
I try
know
not
it's
to
nearly
either,
impossible.
but
Well,
it's easy nowadays.
Because
It's easy nowadays.
are you really trying not to politicize?
No, but it's just a fact.
But listen, politics have to do with guns because they're regulated by the government. So I understand that.
Yeah,
crossover
I mean, you
to a
can't
certain
talk
extent.
guns without getting political, right?
You can't nowadays because they've made it so political.
I mean, I can talk about guns and not talk about politics. I mean, I don't know.
No, I meant like, is it impossible not to politicize guns? Because
Well,
one
because
side feels so
anything that's
strong.
regulated by the government is going to have.
But why does it have to be regulated by the government? That's my question. If
that's-
I'm a law-abiding citizen following the laws, why should
so you
someone
don't
in
think
Boston?
there should be any gun laws at all?
Oh no, I think there should. But if
Well-
you're a law-abiding citizen, then you should be able to own whatever you want, and you should be able to carry that gun wherever you want. If you're a law-abiding citizen,
Are there correlations between states that have stricter gun laws and gun deaths?
Illinois, Chicago.
Yeah.
How
Well,
many,
I don't-
how many
again,
people?
I don't
how
know
many
these
people
things. I'm
died
genuinely
last
asking.
weekend alone from gun violence?
Yeah.
Strictest gun laws in the country.
Okay, right. So now we're getting into illegal ownership of guns, right? Not that it matters, right? I
it
mean,
does.
because well,
It does matter because if you look at the new laws in Massachusetts, the one that they passed that the governor signed away on,
yeah,
the big push was, okay, we have a mental health problem. Obviously, anybody who's willing to go in and slaughter a bunch of people
Absolutely.
has a mental health issue.
yeah.
I will not argue that.
Yeah.
Sane people don't do that. Is there anything in the new law that addresses mental health? $0. Is there anything in the new law that addresses and increases penalties for illegal possession of a firearm? 0. The two biggest problems aren't even addressed in that new law.
That's frustrating.
That is extremely frustrating.
Yeah.
Texas,
Texas.
yeah,
Everything's better in Texas.
that's open carry. Is that what they? Is that what that's
They might
referred
still
to?
have it down there, open carry.
Like, so you can walk around.
Yeah.
Anybody can walk around with a gun on their hip.
Well,
Yeah.
I was in Dallas 2 years ago, and a lot of businesses have signs on the doors saying, "Yes, we allow guns in here. No, we don't." And I think if it's private property, you can say that.
You
I mean,
can
I
if
don't
you
know.
own it. You can, even in Massachusetts, okay, you own a business,
Yeah.
your house of worship, your private residence, you
Yeah.
can post it, no weapons permitted.
Yeah.
Okay. I won't be there.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the problem with that is gun-free zones don't work. Everybody thinks you make something gun-free, it doesn't work. It does work. The convicted felon in possession of a stolen handgun, the deranged person, right, with a gun, whether he legally owns it or not, doesn't care about your little sign.
Yeah. No, I definitely agree with you.
You know,
there.
I worked in schools for years
Yeah.
and years, and
You
it's
can
like
post a sign all you want if people
the
don't
signs
follow
don't
it.
mean diddly.
Right.
We need to find a way to protect children in schools nowadays, right? We need to do something. We can't just keep kicking this can down the road, which
Yeah.
is what we do.
Yeah.
We need to do something, but taking away all the guns from all the law-abiding citizens doesn't fix the problem.
But no states are actually trying to take away all your guns. They might be restricting what kind you have, but Massachusetts is not trying to say
no,
we talked about this last time.
they're not.
Nobody's trying to I don't think there's a politician in America saying no one should be allowed to have guns. Well, I mean, I'm not voting for anyone that says that.
I can't think of who off the top of my head.
Yeah.
But I'm
I
sure
just-
there's some.
I think there's a difference. I think most Americans agree that there should be common sense gun laws, whatever that means. But I also think that average American doesn't know, like myself, I don't know what that means because I don't know enough about guns
Yeah.
to say that, you know?
Yep. Well, the good news is with that law that she signed and what I call backdated emergency preamble is going to be on the ballot in 2026.
So
For the
citizens will get
voters,
to vote on
the
it.
voters of Massachusetts can make that decision.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm real optimistic.
You don't think they will?
It's
And why do you think?
Massachusetts.
I know, but like I consider myself more. I mean, I consider myself kind of right in the center. I don't really like any political parties these days. But like, I think most people will put me in a more liberal category. I don't think that means that you're anti-gun. I just think that's just like I don't think anyone who is conservative is pro-gun. Like, I don't know. I just think
how often
I
are
think
those-
we're just making a lot of assumptions.
How often do those line up? Because I think they do line up a lot. But like, is there anyone who's like you who like is like you who wants to take away all the guns?
I'm sure there are. They've called for confiscation.
In Massachusetts?
Kamala did. We should have buybacks. Buyback is confiscation.
But aren't
With a
you
paycheck.
voluntarily
You
turning
had
in that
to.
gun?
You had to do buybacks.
Why?
That's what she ran on. Okay, buybacks of AR-15s. Have they ever taken guns away from law-abiding citizens? Yes, they have. Of all places, New Orleans, after Hurricane Katrina, the first thing they did was confiscate all the guns from the law-abiding citizens.
When you say confiscate, what do you mean? They went house by house?
Knock on your door. Margo, I see you have these 3 guns. We'd
Yeah.
like to have them. Please don't tell me they fell in the lake.
And people.
And they took them.
Wow. I guess I just don't know enough, so I just
So
have to take
it's
your word
happened.
for it.
It's happened. No, you can Google it right up.
No, you're
It's right in there.
Beto O'Rourke in Texas
Mm-hmm.
wanted to do something like that.
They want to buybacks.
But buybacks you don't have to participate in. You do? Mm-hmm. Then why are they called buybacks?
Because you're getting compensated. Because you can't take somebody's personal property and make somebody turn it in because they don't like them.
Yeah.
You know, they can say to me, "Oh, we don't like Corvettes. You know, Corvettes are way too fast. We don't want them on our highways. We'll buy it back from you. You can't have that car anymore."
I did not know that buybacks were a
Yeah.
forced thing.
It's one way of confiscation.
If you worked for the government, what would you do about schools? Like, would you implement a policy in place like right away?
Schools were never meant, and I worked in schools for years.
Yeah,
I
that's right,
retired
yeah.
out of schools
Yeah, that's right.
from teaching to assistant principal to superintendent, principal superintendent. Schools were never meant to be fortresses. They're meant to be open and welcoming and caring
Yes.
and loving.
Yeah.
That's what
Yes.
they're meant for. That's why all the front is glass and windows
Sure, yeah.
and all the kids'
The doors
artworks
were
everywhere.
never locked in my high school.
Yeah, they are now.
Oh, well, I know they
now.
are.
Yeah, yeah.
Actually,
But that-
maybe towards my junior or senior year they were because we
But
would skip
that
school
glass
and I would have
means
to
nothing. So how do we protect those kids?
Mm-hmm.
How do you protect them?
Yeah.
My biggest fear, I always told teachers, was I am not worried about some, Joe Shabakin from Hoboken showing up here, shooting up the school. I'm worried about the pissed off parent who just left family court, who says, if I can't have those kids, no one's going to.
Yeah.
And that's the same person you buzz in every day.
Yeah.
That was my biggest fear. So if I'm going to guard against that, what do I got to do? I got to have somebody in my school that is trained.
Yeah.
Okay. And I know the big debate nowadays is, school resource officers. Oh, we need to get them out of the school. No, you need more of them in the school.
But what about examples where there were trained resource officers in the school and there were still mass
Paso.
shootings?
Yeah. And what did that guy do?
I don't know.
Did he stand up or did he stand down?
You stood down.
Stood down. That's the problem. Hid.
Yeah.
Right.
Mindset.
Well, I think that. Yeah,
Mindset.
yeah.
Back
yeah.
to mindset,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Right.
So my thought I always told people was we should hire veterans. We have a lot of veterans who need jobs, who are highly trained.
Yeah.
Okay, who wouldn't want a retired Navy SEAL guarding their school, right?
I know.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, please, right?
Yeah.
So let's hire some veterans. These people have the mindset, they have the training, they have everything.
So if a crazy person who isn't going to look at a sign, maybe they're not going to care that there's resource officers in that school if they're going to go.
If they know there's a place, that's why they go to schools. That's why they go to gun-free zones. Okay, because
But
there
in-
is no resistance.
But in Texas, there was officers in that
But he
school.
stood down.
But he still went in and kids still got killed. So, you know what I mean?
Stood down though. He didn't go after the guy.
Yeah.
If I'm thinking of the same one, he didn't go after him.
Yeah, we're talking about the same one.
Okay.
Yeah.
The law enforcement's job is to run towards the gunfire, not from it.
Right, but there was law enforcement there, and
Eventually.
but the ones who were in the school didn't do
Well,
what
I mean,
they
it-
were supposed
I
to
mean,
do. So
yeah.
I'm just saying it's
So
not
was
a
it-
perfect solution. I don't have the perfect solution either.
It was definitely it was a failure on that level for sure. Yeah,
But if you have
I
someone who's
understand your
trained in
mindset.
school, just have somebody there.
Yeah.
Right.
It's a deterrence.
Yeah.
Because if there's a threat, what's the first thing they do? Even around nowadays, if there's a threat, what's the first thing they do? They increase police presence. What does that do?
Yeah.
To anybody thinking about doing something stupid, doesn't do it.
Yeah.
You want to decrease crime in a certain area of town.
Yeah.
Increase police presence.
So
It goes down.
Today's episode of Off Air with Slater and Marjo is brought to you by Berkshire Adventures. Berkshire Adventure Tours, e-bike tours, picturesque picnics, private e-bike rides, Cloud9 seats, hidden gems, and scenic picnics. I did one of these the other day. Can't recommend it enough. Great local guide here in the Berkshires. So BerkshireAdventureTours.com. You can find them on social media.
you're on the conservative side of politics.
No.
DC, we conservative folks hate military state, military, martial law,
Martial law, yeah.
esque type stuff. How do you feel about the situation in California with the National Guard in DC?
Wait, what's happening? Will you explain to me what's happening in California? I'm sorry.
They went in to support ICE.
I know in DC, the National Guard has taken over for the police.
Well, they're working with the police in
Okay.
conjunction with the
Yes.
police.
Okay.
Yeah.
They have more authority than the police right now, or no?
Same.
Same. Okay.
Equal partners.
And what's going on in California?
Well, this was months ago.
Oh, excuse my ignorance.
when they
I
were-
just
No, it's
don't-
all right. Yeah, no, there was resistance to ICE. So
Yep.
there were people in the streets chucking rocks at cars and
Throwing cop-
albeit it wasn't a small part. The media made it look like it was a huge
Well,
issue,
that's
but
what
I
they
think
do.
it was a little bit of a smaller
Yeah.
issue than.
The media, really? Lying?
Yeah.
Right.
Go figure.
That's what they do.
No, I support that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I do too.
I support it.
But it sort of goes against the whole idea of the conservative freedom and leave government out of things. And
Because the government entities that are there to keep us, that's government's number one job, is to keep its people safe.
yeah,
When the government can't do that, somebody else has to step in and do it. Because you should be able to walk down a street in your town and not have to worry about being accosted.
yeah.
You know, you should be able to drive down your street without worrying about being carjacked.
Sure, of course.
And the local folks couldn't do it. So somebody else stepped in, and guess what? They're getting it done.
I heard that the guard wasn't armed in DC. Is that somebody told me that the guard didn't have any
don't know.
guns in DC?
I don't know enough about this.
I don't know
I
that
just
one.
have to believe
But
everything
I'm
you
just saying,
guys tell me.
by people going in, by the military going in and working with law enforcement, things are going to get better. The problem is everybody's it's turned into like the wild, wild west in a lot of places in the country. People are just doing whatever they want because there's no repercussions. The worst thing to do is did away with cashless bail.
Is that really happening, or is the media just telling
No,
us
it's
that
what's
it's the wild,
happening.
wild west? But how do we know that?
I watched the news.
Yeah, but the media exaggerates everything they lie.
Which
You
media?
You just said
Which
that,
media?
You said the media lies.
Which
you
media?
Said well, then there you go.
If you're watching, well, I won't get into that. But if
Well,
you,
that's what I'm saying. But you understand the point I'm trying to make.
I know what you're saying.
You're saying that there's certain parts of the country that's like the wild, wild west. Well, you're learning that on the news. Well, the news is the media, whether or not it's your news or
That's
his
true.
news.
Fair point. Yeah.
But it
You know?
depends which media outlet you're watching.
Which one you trust,
Exactly.
right? And that's
Just say Fox News. It's fine.
Fox
I
News.
mean, I think people can make assumptions, and I just am trying to look at it from
Yeah.
all
I
perspectives.
look at it.
Like
I look at it
if
from
the liberal
not
media
only
is gonna
that, but
lie,
I
then
look
the
online.
conservative
What's going on here? I have people I know who live in California, which I'm begging him to please sell your house and move.
Sure. Listen, if you know somebody
And-
who lives in a neighborhood where
and it's
that's happening every day, that's
It's a you know what
secondhand
show.
knowledge. You know.
You know, I was implored not to go to New York recently because it was terrible there, and then I went there. It was fine. I mean, really,
They've cleaned it up a lot.
well, come on.
Some to a degree, they've cleaned it up a lot.
I mean, I wasn't on the subways.
I wouldn't ride a subway.
I understand, but like I went there and it was like really, it was like business as usual. It really
Where were
was
you though?
Yes.
Where were you?
Midtown Manhattan.
Midtown. That's why.
Oh, all right, that's why. Yeah.
Police presence.
I don't
You
know.
didn't look for
I don't
'em.
know New York. I mean, I mean,
yeah.
we're Times Square. I mean, yeah, it was Midtown. We went to go see a show, but I was like, but
Well, most of your police departments are going to protect those tourist areas. They're going to protect, the monuments and downtown and Broadway and all. They're going to
Touristy
protect all that, all those
areas,
touristy areas, because you don't want things happening there because tourism is the number one game. What happens in the other
Well,
boroughs?
not New York City.
But the other boroughs, what happens there?
I don't know. I mean, a lot of
I mean,
the
they're all
stuff.
gentrified these days anyway.
A lot of the stuff I see, the bad stuff or the crime stuff is subway related. But anyway,
Yeah, it is. A lot of it.
We'll move on from
Yeah,
that.
go ahead.
So you love thrill, you love guns, you love fast cars. I mean, the title of this episode is "Guns, Fast Cars, and the Law."
Yeah.
You
fought the
love
law.
Law and Order. Anything you don't like about police?
No, they got a. I'm not sure what kind of words I can use here on
can
the
use
podcast.
whatever words
They got
you
a
want.
shitty job.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, I wouldn't
I
want
mean,
that
my
job.
original degree was in criminal justice.
Yeah.
I worked corrections. I used to work over the House of Correction, the old jail, and stuff like that. And then I realized that if I'm going to make change, effective change, I need to get 2 kids younger. So I worked at Berkshire Farm over in New York State. It was a boys' school
Yep.
for adjudicated youth. That's where I started my teaching stuff, right?
Yep.
No, I think they really get a bad rap nowadays. Are there bad apples? There sure are, but there's bad apples in every job,
Sure.
right? So
Police just happen to have power. So
yeah, I
you know.
just don't get why what it is. It's the people saying the stuff about the police, which makes everybody then who's watching that think that, oh yeah, they are bad people. They're not all bad people.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you're painting any group with one large brush and saying these are all bad people, that's just
No, you can't.
Right.
Not even with liberals.
right.
You can't, because I know some liberals that are really good people.
Yeah.
And then I know a bunch of them, if they're all sitting at a table, you think you were looking into a window at a bar at Star Wars.
Yeah.
You know, and be like, whoa, what's going on there, right?
Do you have anybody in your family that's liberal?
No. No one.
You kicked them out.
Well, no, I shouldn't say
And
that.
there's so many
I
different
shouldn't
versions of
say
liberal.
that.
Like
I
you
should
could
say
be.
that. I have a nephew that is from Boston. Go figure.
Yeah.
Yeah, liberal. Oh, my Lord have mercy. So yeah, basically my rule of thumb is when family gatherings, we don't bring up that stuff.
Yeah.
Because he'll start firing off and he's just going to piss me off, and then I'm just going to let him have it and make him cry.
Yeah.
And that'll make my mom mad.
Yeah.
So the bottom line is I don't care if I make him cry and curl up in the fetal position when I give him the truth. But I don't want to make my mom mad.
Well, he thinks his truth is the truth, just like you think
Yeah.
your
He's
truth
crazy.
is the truth.
He's crazy.
I'm just saying. Everybody's
I
got
love
their
him. He's
own
my
truth.
cousin. He's my nephew.
Yeah,
I love
yeah.
him, but he's crazy.
I also think people can be issue based on things. Like I think this is part of the problem is that you're saying all liberals are this way.
I'm not saying all. I know. I have a few that are friends of mine that are.
Well, it comes off.
I don't want to
way.
use the word normal because normal is the wrong word to use, but they're reasonable.
Yeah.
They're reasonable.
Sure.
And what I don't like
We need
about
reasonable
today's,
people.
if we talk about politics for 2 seconds, because you got a whole list of shit there, but, if people could just go back to what we used to do, talk.
Yeah.
yeah.
And if you say something that I don't agree with, I don't go, oh, you're a nut job liberal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And you go to me, well, you're a fascist,
Right.
SOB,
Totally.
and you're racist, and this.
Yeah.
Can't we just talk?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what I
Well-
tell my liberal friends. Look, I'll tell you how I feel. You tell me how you feel.
Mm-hmm. But then you're going to tell them why they're wrong.
No, I
You're
won't.
going to tell them
I
the
don't,
truth.
but
That's
I
what you
don't.
just said.
I'm my nephew.
Oh, okay. All
Okay,
right. All right.
because he starts
Just
to
a nephew.
he likes to start trouble. So maybe I'll
Does he?
learn-
Does he like to poke the bear?
He likes to poke the bear.
Yeah.
And
See, I hate that. Like,
so I might learn something from you and go, you know what? I never thought of it that way. Mm-hmm. Not saying I'm going to sway your way, but
Sure.
I never thought of it that way. And
Yeah.
you might go, well, I can maybe see where he's coming from,
Yeah.
but we can have a conversation, which that's gone.
yeah.
Either you're here
Yeah.
or you're
The
here.
tribalism sucks, dude.
Yeah.
And it's awful.
Yeah. Like, obviously, I think, I'm so ignorant on this topic that I can't even say there's things that I disagree with you about because I just don't know enough about it. I have to take what you're saying at your word, and that's your version of things. Just, everybody has that. But I can still respect you when we leave this building, even if I disagree with everything you say. Like, I can still, and that's the problem is people just don't do that anymore. But
If
people
someone-
are so these issues people are so passionate about now
But
that
why?
individual circumstance. I think perspective
Does
is
it
a lot
matter?
of things.
Does it matter really at the end of the day?
Well, I mean, if you put with police, for example, if your learned experience in life has only been bad experiences with police officers for whatever reason, whether or not that's been your fault, their fault, whoever, you're going to have a very different perspective
Probably,
than
yeah.
somebody like you.
True.
So that's what I mean when I
Yeah.
but I do agree with you. I mean, I think just some mutual respect and listening to each other
That's
and
all it
understanding.
takes.
Yeah.
We don't do it anymore.
Yeah.
We don't talk.
Have you ever switched sides on a topic?
Boy, that's a good question. I've switched back and forth,
Oh, what one?
especially like the live fire training, for example.
Yeah.
Right? I'm like, you know what? That kind of makes sense because I talked to actually one of my liberal friends.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, you can't get a driver's license without taking a driver's test.
Sure. It's a great
And
point.
I'm like, you know what? That is a very good point.
Yeah.
I think you're starting to get me to sway. And then I went, but there's a registry of motor vehicles everywhere, right? In every town. But what happens if you want to get your driver's license and you don't know anybody who has a car and you can't afford driving school?
Sure.
Where do you take your driver's test? You don't.
Yeah.
That's how I explained it back to them. They're like, oh, now I see.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, I've switched back and forth on that one because part of me says it's kind of be a good idea if you know what the hell you're doing.
Right. But there's a lot of laws in this country that work against poor people. I mean,
They are.
and that's just,
and that's
yeah.
one of them right there.
Right.
Driver's license. You want
Yeah.
a driver's license? You better.
Right. And yeah, it's
Fork up
it's
the
a great
cash.
point with the
So
gun
that
ownership.
I've flip-flop back and forth on.
Yeah.
But
I think it's all right to flip flop every once in a while. I mean, how do you
I mean-
learn
Because
anything?
I was
How do you
surprised to
grow?
hear you say, I think that you should have more training. You know what I mean? I was
I'm
surprised
always
that-
for more training.
Yeah.
But most people don't do it.
Yeah.
I mean, I give people contacts all the time. They take a class. I'm like, hey,
Yeah.
look,
Yeah.
you get your permit. Give me a call.
Mm-hmm.
I don't charge that much. If you pay for your own ammo, I'll bring you down to range and I'll teach you how to use that thing.
Yeah.
We'll go down there for an hour, $50, and you'll be good to go.
Yeah.
I hardly ever get the phone call.
Back to the thrills and back to the cars.
Oh yeah,
and,
Guess forget about
Back
those.
to guns.
back to conservatism. You got a Corvette. You're a Chevy guy, not a Ford guy. You never had a Mustang.
I've owned Hellcats. My second car was a 1969 Mustang. So I've had a bunch. I've had Hellcats, and now I'm into the vets.
Will you buy electric?
Hell no.
What if it sounds like
Hell no.
what's
No.
that show Robert Downey Jr. has where he makes the muscle cars into electric cars? No, why
Yeah.
not?
What if it's
Fully electric? Never.
For political reasons or
No, I just don't like it.
well? What if it was?
Have you ever driven a Tesla? They're really fucking
They're really
fast.
nice. I know. My
really
truck I
fast.
got out front is half and half.
Okay. Got a hybrid truck out there?
Yeah, because if you put it into sport mode, you get to use both motors. I can burn all 4 tires on that thing if I want to.
You got the Tundra?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw it.
That thing is nice. Did you
Why am I
you touch
surprised
it?
that you drive a Toyota Tundra?
I could tell it was your truck.
Why?
See, because I just made an assumption that you would
I'm
be.
a redneck.
Well, no. No, like I
This
don't know,
boxer in the corner.
American made, like
Well, it's made in Texas.
yeah. Is it? I
Yeah,
don't
it's
see,
made in
I don't
Texas.
know.
It's the Texas edition.
Yeah. So I mean,
Slater specifically wants a
the
4Runner
fully
because it's
electric,
made in Japan.
the fully electric to me is like, okay, I worry about our power grid. Our infrastructure in this country sucks, right? No one's paid attention
well,
to
Texas isn't great. We know that.
it. Yeah. So it's like, they dump billions and billions of dollars for all these power stations to charge cars, and they got like what, 10 of them done?
Yeah,
For billions. So the infrastructure, they're telling people like in California, hey, don't turn your air conditioner on because we got to make sure there's power for the cars to get charged. The cart before the horse.
Yeah.
Tesla, some of those things are like the Plaids and the S's are wicked fast. It'd be
Mm-hmm.
fun, but I want to hear it too.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
I want to hear
Well,
it.
that's what I think that show. I think it's Robert Downey Jr.
That's what we're looking for.
They're making that. I think Rogan has even talked about this too. Maybe he's had him on to talk about it, but like they're converting these classic muscle cars to electric, and the sound is like a huge thing. The sound and the vibration, so they're
They're piping
mimicking
it in.
that. Yes.
They're piping it in, which is fake.
Yeah.
It's like fake.
So it's like what's kind of the.
It's like non-alcoholic beer, right?
I love non-alcoholic.
Oh, yeah.
Of course you do.
So you'll never go electric, even if it's faster than what you have. I understand.
I just don't. I like.
What if it wasn't your daily driver? Like, what if you had a
That's
fleet
not my
of your-
daily driver.
Do you have electric lawn equipment?
I have a weed whacker.
Is it electric?
Yeah,
with the battery?
and that's only because when I go up to the cemetery, I didn't want to like fire the old 2-stroke up at the cemetery.
Very
while-
thoughtful of you.
Yeah, that's well, I figured I'd be nice, right? I am a nice guy, no
I
matter
know
what you
you
think.
are. I know. No, see, I know you
So,
are.
but it's like-
I love gun owners. Trust
It's
me.
easier. No, starting those pain in the ass
Trust her.
2-strokes.
Listen,
You love government?
no,
No,
gun
gun
owners.
owners.
Oh, I think it's government.
One of my best friends, his house is full of guns.
My kind of person.
Yeah, he's a veteran.
There you go. Even better.
Yeah. Oh, you would love him.
Yeah. Andy drives a Tundra.
Even better. No.
He does not drive a Tundra. Anyway, enough of that.
No, that's the only thing I have that's electric that, for like cordless drill count. I mean,
Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
not big on it.
Yeah. Electric.
Well, the price of gas. I mean,
What are we gonna do with the batteries?
I don't know. What are we going to do with the batteries?
What are we gonna do with the batteries? I have a hybrid. I like it. It's
What
good.
do we do with all the land that we stripped to take away all that stuff out too?
Yeah.
And then when they go bad, what are we going to do with them?
yeah. I mean, I'm so ignorant about
There's
these
so
things.
much.
I have no idea.
You think like you have batteries in your flashlight, right? What do you do when the batteries die in your flashlight? What do you do with them?
Well, you're not supposed to throw them out in the
Well, what do
regular
you do with them?
trash. You're supposed to throw them out in the regular trash.
You throw them out in the
Don't
trash,
tell
right?
people that.
But I'm
I'm
saying
supposed
is
to wait
you-
for that special battery pickup day.
Right. And think of that like times a million
Yeah.
with all these cars. Eventually, these batteries are going to die, and they got to get replaced, and they're expensive as hell to replace.
Yeah.
But what do you do with them?
Yeah.
Got me.
This question here says, if law and order were to evolve with technology like AI in policing or self-driving cars, how might that impact gun rights or road safety? I don't even get.
Wait,
that
can you read that again?
Who
That's
gave you
your
that question? Did you write that at
Did you-
night?
That was a Grok question actually.
See, that's why AI is not that great because I don't even understand
I'm a
that question.
Grok guy.
Oh yeah.
What are
Okay.
you trying to? What do you reread
You
the question?
know Grok is, yeah? No, AI? AI?
It's an AI.
It's an AI chatbot.
Yeah.
I don't do that.
It's
stuff.
Elon.
I don't do that
I
stuff.
don't do that stuff. That's great. Wait, were you just trying to say like?
I mean, am I in
AI
favor
is-
of like law enforcement using AI and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Here's where I'm going to contradict myself a little bit because like I'm saying I don't like the government involved in my life and this
Yeah.
and that. But if the government has to use these tools to identify bad guys, what do I care? I'm not doing anything wrong.
Listen, I'm kind of that mindset too. Like when the Patriot Act first came out, I'm like, I don't really care if you look through my internet history if I'm not doing anything wrong. But it's a slippery slope,
Yeah.
right? I mean,
But then you can't do anything wrong.
And they do, and then they do go back on stuff. I mean, you don't have to take off your shoes anymore at the airport.
Yeah.
You know, people say, "Oh, once they go back, then once they
And you
go,
can bring lobsters on a flight now too. Did you see that's one of the things you can bring on a flight? Yeah, as long as they're in a clear bag. Yeah.
Live lobsters.
Live lobsters.
Oh, that's the guy I want to be sitting next to.
Like,
I have no idea.
I'm like, oh my God, he made me just about get buck naked before I walk through there. Now I can bring a lobster, but I can't have 4 ounces of Prel.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
But no, I think the use of AI, it's a slippery slope, like you said.
Yeah.
Because it could be used for bad things. It could be used for good things. But if you got nothing to hide, I don't care what they're screening for. I really don't.
Yeah.
I'm not doing anything wrong.
Yeah.
The what do they call that law here? It's the red flag laws.
Oh, red flag laws. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's that?
That's so if you know someone who's struggling mentally, you can call and say, "Hey, listen, my neighbor is wacko. He's got guns.
Yep.
Can you go in there and?" So there's red flag and then there's yellow flag.
I don't think we have yellow flag. I think we just have red flag.
But there is a yellow flag.
There could be.
That's like the.
Like you're kind of crazy.
So would they audit? So it's basically your word against the neighbor.
Red flag laws are good. Okay, so let's talk about that real quick. Okay, so we want to talk about mental health, right? So mental health. I tell people in the class all the time now. Who's going to know if someone's going off the deep end? Who's going to know first? Law enforcement?
No.
Who?
Friends and family.
Yeah.
Friends and family.
Right.
Friends and family have a moral obligation.
Sure.
To rat them, I don't call it word rat them out, but to express concern to local law enforcement. Okay? So they have to do it first because they're the ones who are going to notice this stuff that Uncle Buck is kind of, off his nut. I know he's got a ton of guns. I'm worried about him hurting himself or maybe hurting others. So I'll go visit Uncle Buck and see if he'll let me take his guns. Uncle Buck's then tell me, go, you know what?
Right.
I'm not doing it. Okay, now Uncle Buck's agitated. And some mental health issues. Now we need to call the police, right? Law enforcement with a red flag law will come in, assess the situation, potentially confiscate those firearms. Not permanently.
Yeah, that's
not
what this
permanently, okay? So they take them away. They store them. Usually a local gun shop houses them for them because I don't think the police department has, with their facility don't have the ability to do it. And then that person goes through mental health reviews, and I know someone who it happened to. So the problem with red flag law is this. He could be my neighbor. He's got that new fancy lawnmower, right? You bought a new lawnmower?
Yes, he did.
It's pretty sexy mower.
I love it.
It's fast.
Yeah.
It's
25 horse,
Whoa.
26 horse,
26 horsepower.
Yeah.
It's electric, he didn't tell you.
It's electric? That's,
Skag Patriot. No,
what's next? Tofu and something else. Everybody go to that bar that Ryan's going to?
Yeah.
Ryan, where are you going?
Someplace I'd rather be dead than walk into.
All right.
But that's just me. It's okay for him. He likes it.
Live and let live.
He's making his wife happy. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
So,
I know what you're talking
he's
about.
going to the Lilith
But I get home at 3, we're having some type of neighborly dispute, and I'm pissing him off, right? Whatever I'm doing. And he says, I know he's got a bunch of guns. I'm going to fix his wagon. He calls up the cops and says, my neighbor, he was out on his back deck yelling all this kind of crazy stuff, and he's got guns. I'm scared.
Right. So now it's your word
Totally
against his.
fabricated, right? I didn't do nothing wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's pissed off at me. So they will come and go through the same process because that's what they have to do.
This says a judge in Massachusetts, a judge has to approve the order, and the gun owner then must if the judge approves the order, must temporarily surrender their gun license and their guns, but they can't appeal to get it back. Yes.
They take them right away. They don't wait for a judge.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm just telling you what the internet tells me.
Yeah.
Just telling you
interwebs.
what the media's. I'm not on the dark web. I'm on DuckDuckGo. I am on Google, but.
Yeah, they don't wait because that would take how long to go back to a courthouse if someone's having serious mental health issues to get a judge's order to take them.
Now, yellow flag. I swear to God, there's a yellow flag.
So Maine has a yellow Maine has a yellow flag law that has a few extra steps in the middle. Someone who suspects a gun owner is an imminent threat. It's then up to the local law enforcement to take that person into protective custody, order a mental health evaluation from a medical expert. If the doctor and the police deem it necessary, then they go to the courts to get the guns.
That came out of that mass shooting that happened up there about a year or two ago.
Oh, okay.
The bowling alley.
Yep. A bowling alley. Who would have thought? Bowling alley.
It's everywhere. It's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
How many guns do you have?
You're gonna answer that. I got a cold.
Can I guess?
You cut that part out, right?
Enough.
Is there a limit to the number of guns you can have?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Now, what if somebody said, "Why do you need that many guns?" Because I can? Is that the
I used to
answer?
be that guy, and I'm not anymore because I understand it.
I mean,
No, what if somebody genuinely asked you that
Yeah,
question?
I'm a collector. I like
I
guns.
collect them. I like them.
Sure,
Why,
yeah.
why
I
do you
mean,
collect hobbits?
Yeah.
You know,
Sure.
you have
You
these
have to
little
have that
Well,
loud dog.
somebody could argue hobbits can't kill people. Well, I suppose you could throw them at
My
somebody's
guns
head.
don't either. They're sitting
but
home
they
being-
could.
They could have if I wanted to do it, but they're
Right.
not going to do it on their own.
Yeah. Or if somebody stole them or something like that. But you strike me as a guy who has everything.
But they're in a
pretty
safe.
about.
It's buttoned up tight.
Yeah.
Because I mean, you go to like you bring. I
Well,
brought
not
my
all
granddaughter.
guns. Not
to-
all guns have to be in a safe, right?
all do.
Oh, yeah.
All have to be locked up. If not within your immediate control, arms reach or less.
They can
Do you
be,
know anyone?
no, oh my God.
You should really take a class.
Yeah.
Well, I'm
Hey,
not,
Ryan,
but I'm
red
not
flag
really,
law right here.
I'm not really interested in owning a gun. And
Just come
Not
and sit
for-
in. I'm
for
not going to
whatever
charge you. Just
reason.
come and sit in.
Oh, it's a great class, dude.
it's free. It's for me.
Tom's a riot.
Just sit in the class for nothing.
Yeah, but aren't there locks you can put on a gun and then like have it in
Trigger,
your
yeah,
have it in
trigger
your
locks,
like
all
bedroom?
that kind of stuff.
So you can't have a trigger lock on a gun and I can't have it in like my bedside drawer.
You can, but it's not. It has to be a lock container. And the problem with trigger locks is it's key, right? So
Yeah.
you're in a panic. Someone's
yeah,
coming
yeah.
up
You're
your
like,
stairs.
yeah.
You wake up, as you know,
Sure.
as we get older, it takes longer to get out of bed.
Sure.
You got to go find where you hid that key, orient that
Yeah.
key, unlock that
Right.
thing, potentially have to load it. They're in
Yeah.
your room.
Yeah.
So they have the safes that are biometric
Yeah.
or really easy
Yeah,
to
he's
use
got,
nowadays.
he's got the fingerprint safe, yeah.
Yeah.
And then the bullets have to be in another safe.
Well, it's not required by law, but
Okay,
it's
I thought that was
recommended
law,
that we
yeah.
lock ammunition up
Yeah.
separate.
Imagine that. Hold on a sec. Just gotta
Well,
grab
that's
my
what I'm
gun.
saying. Like,
Yeah,
if
it's crazy.
if I did eventually get like a small handgun or something for home safety for self protection, I would want it in my bedside drawer.
No, it's a felony.
But I can put it in a safe,
A safe inside
my-
your bedroom door.
a safe that I can just go
Yeah.
boop, boop, and it'll
Yeah.
open up just like that.
And it has to be secured. And the example I give is my granddaughter, Annabelle. She's 10, love her to death, right? She's with me half the week. The kids always listen to what you tell them.
No.
No, so I just leave it on the nightstand. I tell her, hey, same thing my father told me, you touch my gun, I'll break your little fingers. Okay, I never touched my dad's guns because
Yeah.
that's back in the day when he would actually do it,
Yeah.
right? What's to say she doesn't walk in when I'm sleeping and I don't wake up right away and she takes it back to her room and boom, I wake up to a gunshot.
Sure.
I can't think of anything worse. So
Yeah.
it has to be secured when it's less than or more than arm's reach away from you.
So I hate bad dog owners who like don't clean up after their dog because I think they give good dog owners a
clean
bad
up after my
reputation.
dogs.
But do you know what I'm saying? You must get mad at bad gun owners who give
God, yes.
gun owners a bad reputation.
I think
right?
like that's what I love. What I do love about seeing is like some of these things where the kids got the guns and did something terrible, and they went and arrested the parents.
yeah,
Congratulations, do more of it.
yeah, because
Okay.
your kid shouldn't have access to
Why
your
do we
guns.
not hear about little Timmy shot little Billy when they went over to Timmy's house? You don't hear about that much anymore, do you?
Yeah,
You don't. We used to hear it all the time. Kid got accidentally shot by a friend's father's gun because those states make you lock up your guns, and responsible gun owners did it.
When did they start going after the parents? That
was recently.
That's very recent.
Very
because
recent.
I think where there was one shooting recently where the parents knew that this kid had made
Yeah.
threats, knew that he had access to guns. Like they're all the red flags. No,
Yeah.
were there.
Well, they all are. They were there with slipped my mind. In Connecticut, Sandy Hook.
Yeah,
That was there.
yeah,
Kids maladjusted,
yeah.
so you take them to a shooting range. How about Boy Scouts?
Right,
How about tennis?
right.
You know, anything but a shooting range, and then let them have access to the guns.
Yeah.
Ryan, where are we have time? 56. All right, we're good.
Yeah.
I know I'm good. I'm good at what I do.
You are good at what
You
Yeah.
are.
Yeah.
And I love your voice. It's very soothing.
Yes.
Do you want me to call you later?
Sure.
Tom Nadolny,
I never
everybody.
answer my phone, but
She doesn't answer her
Oh,
phone.
Marjo, it's Tom.
Yeah.
I'm
Come
here
to
with
my
some
class.
Crocs and
yeah, you don't wear your Crocs to the shooting range, do you?
no, God, no. Hot shell casings falling
I
those
know.
little
The
holes.
first time I
They
ever went
hurt.
to a shooting range, I had like a V-neck shirt on. And
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
I always tell people button it up.
Yeah.
Button it up.
Is there a gun that doesn't shoot the shells everywhere?
Revolver.
Okay, that's what I'll
That's your favorite gun?
No.
What? You told me in that in class that was your favorite gun.
I lied to you.
That's what he
No,
says in the
revolver.
class.
No, you put the thing on, you flick it over. I
I
remember
said
you
it's
doing
the
the whole
easiest
thing.
gun to
Yeah, that's what it
use and
was.
to
Yeah. I knew
shoot.
it was- I
I
knew it
mean,
was
but no,
something.
revolvers have issues. I mean, ammunition capacity and all that kind of
And I remember just to prove to everybody I was listening to his class, Glocks before 1994
stuff. Yeah.
are legal.
Prior to September 13th, 1994, are legal. Anything after that date are not.
Noted.
Well, they can't be legally sold to you by a dealer, but you can do a personal transfer
Yeah.
from someone who has one.
Interesting stuff. I mean, there's just so much
But
to
law
know. And
enforcement can have them.
I can certainly understand your frustration as a gun owner and as a gun activists. Is that like a fair term? When you have to argue with people who don't know what the fuck they're talking about, which is why I tread very lightly. I don't know the difference between these guns. I don't know.
Like my mother. God love her. She doesn't know what she's talking about.
Right, so you can't.
I mean, she would get an F. She would
Yeah.
get an F- on a gun test. She
Right.
just would,
Yeah.
and she's staunchly against them.
Don't worry about my mom. She'll just stab you.
Yeah, I know your mom's a thug. I'm a fucking nerd.
She's like, oh, gang, I'll just
She'll
stab
get
him.
right up to you. No,
I'm like,
no.
damn, mom. But
Yeah.
no, I mean,
my money, and my money, and
no,
my money.
it all comes down to training.
Yeah,
And it all comes, like
And
I said,
education
the
and
mindset,
training.
skills, and then the equipment comes last. Everybody
Yeah.
thinks, oh my God. And some people say, oh, I can shoot a Glock 19, but I can't shoot a 1911. You're full of crap. A gun's a gun.
yeah.
It doesn't matter like what make it is, whether you can shoot it or not.
There you
shoot
go.
it.
A gun's a gun with Tom Nadolny.
That's it.
Appreciate it, buddy.
Not a problem.
Yeah, thanks
Really
for your
good to
time.
Glad to be here.
Yeah.
Man. See you around that car. Take it for a ride.
Yeah, we'll do.
Just bring an extra set of pants.
All right. Yeah.